Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. I've had a fairly motiveless, or what's the word, mojo-less January for various reasons. When that happened, I have got a couple of journals almost ready to share, but when I can't make journals, I tend to make tags and journal cards. So that's what I've been doing odd times when I have felt like crafting. And I'm going to do a quick run through to show you what I've been making. There may be a few that you've seen already. I tend to go in groups of 4. So the first 4 are collage tags. These first 12 items are part of the old design shop design team project for February. And I have got them in another video with a journal, but anyway, I'll whiz through them. These are made with Julie's ATC cards, and if you are interested, if you have a look at the video with the journal, you'll get all the links for these. So these are basically collaged tags, just with cheesecloth, a bit of stitching, bit of fabric. This paper, purple paper, is from an old paper bag. I buy things as well when I've got no mojo, so I've spent quite a lot of money on supplies. I like the meme that goes around that says crafting and buying crafting supplies are 2 different hobbies. I sort of agree. So these are the same, these are shabby chic cards, and I've used some little found quotes on these. I'm having to trust that my camera's going to focus. I'm holding these a little nearer than I normally would. Most of them have got a bit of bling or flowers, buttons, etc., just to dress them up. Some very old book pages, a little bit of chiffon silk there. This one I hung a bee on because it was bees, and the found quote says Snow White with blossoms, a musical with bees. So I'm hoping that spring hurries up now. It's actually been beautiful here in the UK over the last week, giving us a false sense that spring is here. This is a Liz the Paper project design. Pretty little tag that I have used. You've seen that one before, and these you will have seen before. And this one is Wendy did something like that, and that one I think you might have seen. So these are some more new ones. So these are just the Observer Bird book pages with bits of fabric, lace and some tabs stitched on. This one is the wildflowers. This one is the birds, as is this one. As I say, when I'm doing this, I tend to make a whole bunch quite similar. I get in the flow. So those are some shabby chic journal cards. And then I've got some collaged tags, various collage tags. So these are tea card. Excuse me. I don't need to talk about them really, they're fairly obvious what I've done. I did like the way these turned out. These may find their way into various journals, or they may just be part of the Happy Mail. I usually like to include a tag or something if somebody does buy one of my journals. These are some fabric patchwork tags. So I started off, I was quite inspired by Frosted Brambles slow stitching, and I've done a bit of slow stitching, but slow stitching's not really my thing at the moment. So these are free machine stitched, so they're vintage fabrics mainly and lace, free machined, and then mounted onto Tim Holtz paper. They are slightly padded, and again I've just tried to match the colours with the cards. And then there's some fairly simple floating pockets here, just collaged bits and bobs at the bottom. I was just playing with collage. I love collage. I don't feel that I'm very good at it. I don't know. That one's quite pretty. So that's those. Oh, I've done more than I thought. Sorry about this. These are, I've just used, what have I used? Images from a botanical book, I think these were. And I've dressed them up with buttons and fabric and lace. I think these might be nature notes, Edith Holden nature notes, possibly. I've definitely used the, obviously you can see I've used the Edith Holden pages as my backing. I think the pictures are from the nature notes book. This one is from definitely from a botanical dictionary type thing. Okay, so then I've got a couple of little collaged cards with sari silk, some wooden embellishments on those. These are similar, but I've made them into tags. That's got the wooden embellishment. This one is the Tim Holtz die cut, and I've layered it up slightly so that it looks a little bit more like this, like chipboard. And then I've altered some alterations tags, layaway tags. I had a load of these and I don't use them. They bent a bit because they've been stood in my box. So these are decoupaged with napkins and then layered up with tags and lace. They need to be straightened out. I'll probably iron them. If you lot iron paper, I'm always ironing paper. Pretty napkins, vintage lace. These little tiny tags, I've used Tim Holtz numbers rub-on to cover those. And I've used bits of the napkin to decoupage the middle size tag here. So they're all pretty similar. And then I've got a couple of random things that I've done. This I made quite a while ago. So this has got handmade buttons stitched on. They're made with a die cut and glossy accents. And then I've done a little curved pocket with some lace behind it and some die cut flowers. I just fancied doing something different with that one. And just very quickly, if you're not bored, some whole page tags covered with vellum and some of my book wraps. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all again soon.